Hi everyone, I'm Brandi with On A Whim by Bee. Today we're going to make a paint stick swag. We start with a 5-gallon paint stick that you can find at any local hardware store, Amazon, or Walmart. We're going to attach a loop to hang with, then I'm going to attach another pipe cleaner in that same area, twisting it. We're going to go ahead, go down 4 inches, attach another pipe cleaner, and I continue this down the paint stick. They're placed approximately 4 inches apart. Once I get those all securely attached, I use a little bit of a hot glue to help secure it into place so they don't slide around. I've chose 4 ribbons. We're going to go ahead and look at these and decide how we want to do it. Is it with ribbon tails, a bow and ribbon tails? Let's make the ribbon. We're going to do a 6-inch tail and a 5-inch loop. I'm making these with the Easy Bow Maker. It helps hold everything so I can get a good idea of how I want to do this. Again, 6-inch tail and a 5-inch loop. If you take notice, I'm placing so that it is loop, tail, and then I alternated with the next one and did loop or tail, loop. So it's just the opposite. We're going to switch to our 1.5-inch ribbon, do 6-inch tail and a 4-inch loop. So we have 2 2.5-inch ribbons, and then I will have 2 1.5-inch ribbons. Again, 6-inch tail, 4-inch loop. We're going to need a pipe cleaner and a zip tie. For me, I like to keep my bow somewhat together until I get my zip tie started. Then I take it off securely, making sure it stays in the crease that the Easy Bow Maker has helped make. Make sure that zip tie is snug. I did slide that pipe cleaner in there before I made sure it was snug. Now you're going to go ahead, fluff your bow out the way that you want it. This is why we make sure our zip tie is snug, so that we can move those ribbons around without fear of pulling one out. We're going to go ahead and cut those tails, doing what they call a ducktail. You can do a ducktail or you could do a diagonal cut. It's all depending upon the look you are looking for or what you prefer to do. I appreciate you all coming and watching this video today. Please go ahead and leave me feedback. Let me know how this worked for you and if there's more I could do or questions I could answer. Now I've taken 2 different types of mesh. One is a gold and one is going to be a green with metallic green stripes on the top. Right now, I'm just simply folding it, trying to decide the look that I want for this swag or centerpiece, as this can be used either way. I want you to pay attention to the direction that I'm doing this. This mesh, this first one we've put so it aligns up and down. So the next mesh will be a gold one, and when I attach it, it will be going crosswise, so it'll be just the opposite of the first one, and I will continue that going down my paint stick swag. And it's just to help give it a more full look, and so you alternate the directions. And if you just noticed, I am trying to keep the gold mesh on top of the green to make it pop just a little bit more. It helps add a little fluff there with the swag as well. You're just gonna go ahead and make sure that you're making that snug, that pipe cleaner snug, so that your mesh does not fall out of it. You know, you want to keep things nice and tight. So we've got that first layer down. I'm going to go ahead and switch it up a little bit as I attach this top layer. As if you can notice, I'm rolling 3 times on either end, then walking it together. That gives it just a little bit of a bounce and a curl. Add a whole new texture to this. Again, we're alternating colors and direction as we work our way down. I do speed this up a little bit, so I hope that you're able to follow along and make your own. You can always pause at any time, and that will help you continue to do this. These paint stick swags are a very affordable and easy way to decorate your home, your door. The fun with this is it could be used as a door swag or a centerpiece, depending upon how you decorate it. And this does not take very much mesh to do. So next you're going to figure out the placement. For me, I'm going to go with the center. I think this will work. Since I'm not using that pipe cleaner to tie anything, I twisted, clipped the top off, and tucked it down so no wires are poking up. I then take the pipe cleaner that I have attached to the bow there. I put it through the mesh, bring it on either side of the paint stick swag, and secure it. Now I didn't want it too tight because I don't want to push all the mesh down. So I'm leaving it up a little bit, but it is snug and secure. I apologize for the movement. I was trying to get a better view for you. Thank you. I also have these glittery 4-leaf clovers that I found that I think will be a fun addition to this as well. Just another little focal point on our design today. So now I am going to cut some tails. I'm going to do the 2.5 inch and a 1.5 inch. We're going to go ahead and cut those at 11 inches, and then I ducktail the ends. We're going to fold it in half, scrunch it, and put it in that pipe cleaner, twist, 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 and then you clip the top off and tuck that down and underneath your ribbon so it doesn't poke. Go ahead and make sure you're spreading that ribbon out, getting the look that you want. We're going to go ahead and use our other 2.5 inch ribbon and our other 1.5 inch ribbon, doing the same thing. So as you'll be able to see, I alternated the ribbons. They're all being cut at 11 inches and then ducktailing them. I'll put them in the pipe cleaner, twist it, make sure it's nice and snug, and then cut the tip of the pipe cleaner off and fold it down underneath my ribbon. But you want to make sure that you're fluffing and getting this ribbon the way that you want, so it gives you the texture and design that you want also. There's no right or wrong with this. I am liking that. And I do apologize if you hear my dog snoring in the background. Bless her heart. But at least she's relaxed. There we go. Just make sure we're fanning that out, getting all the colors. Again, thank you so much for joining me today. My name's Brandi with On A Whim by B. I'd appreciate any feedback or ideas, things that you would like to see. We're going to go ahead and decide our placement with our pick. And as I said, I want to design this one to either hang on the door or to be a centerpiece. So everything that I put on, I'm giving that thought. You want it to sit just so. I think we've come up with a good plan here. And I attach those with a little hot glue. I'm sticking it down through the mesh to the paint stick, trying to secure it the best that I can so it won't fall out. Once I get them all positioned and in, I will go back and add just a little bit more glue. Want to make sure they're nice and secure. By doing that, I'm helping to keep my wreath or swag lasting a bit longer. There, what does everybody think? Thank you so much for joining me today.